Florence Scovel Shinn was an accomplished artist, and a gifted metaphysical teacher. She had a practical, straightforward style that empowered endless people to overcome their challenges and achieve their goals. Motivational author Louise Hay acknowledged to have been greatly influenced by Ms. Shinn's teaching. Today I'll be reading an excerpt from her book The Game of Life, published in 1925. In this video, Shinn teaches how to tap into the divine design of your life, and unleash your highest potential. Included are some powerful affirmations. Your supply is already on your pathway. You come into the world financed by God, with all that you desire or require already on your pathway. There is for each man a place which he is to fill and no one else can fill, something which he is to do that no one else can do. This achievement is held, a perfect idea in divine mind, awaiting man's recognition. As the imaging faculty is the creative faculty, it is necessary for man to see the idea, before it can manifest. So man's highest demand is for the divine design of his life. He may not have the faintest conception of what it is, for there is, possibly, some marvelous talent, hidden deep within him. His demand should be, Infinite Spirit, open the way for the design divine of my life to manifest, let the genius within me be released, let me see clearly the perfect plan. The perfect plan includes health, wealth, love, and perfect self-expression. This is the square of life, which brings happiness. When you have made this demand, you may find great changes taking place in your life, for nearly every man has wandered far from the divine design. This supply is released through faith and the spoken word. I know in one woman's case, it was as though a cyclone had struck her affairs, but readjustments came quickly, and new wonderful conditions took the place of old ones. Perfect self-expression will never be labor, but of such absorbing interest that it will seem almost like play. The student knows, as man comes into the world financed by God, the supply needed for his perfect self-expression will be at hand. Many a genius has struggled for years with the problem of supply, when his spoken word and faith would have released quickly the necessary funds. For example, after the class one day, a man came to me and handed me a cent. He said, I have just 7 cents in the world, and I'm going to give you 1, for I have faith in the power of the spoken word. I want you to speak the word for my perfect self-expression and prosperity. I spoke the word, and did not see him again until a year later. He came in one day, successful and happy, with a roll of yellow bills in his pocket. He said, immediately after you spoke the word, I had a position offered me in a distant city, and I am now demonstrating health, happiness, and supply. Demand definite leads, and the way will be made easy and successful. You should not force a mental picture. When you demand the divine design to come into your conscious mind, you will receive flashes of inspiration, and begin to see yourself making some great accomplishment. This is the picture, or idea, you must hold without wavering. The thing you seek is seeking you, the telephone was seeking Bell. Faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. Jesus Christ said, when you pray, believe ye have it. What could be more simple or direct? Become as a little child if you would enter the kingdom. We might paraphrase the scriptures and say, have the expectancy of a little child and your prayers will be answered. A child waits with joyful expectancy for his toys at Christmas. He does not lie awake at night agonizing over his toys. He goes to bed and sleeps like a top. He jumps out of bed in the morning, ready for the happy day before him. He looks with wonder at that which is before him. The grown-up person spends sleepless nights agonizing over his problem. He has spoken for a large sum of money, but can't think of any way it can come. Will it come on time? He will tell you he has perfect faith in God, but he would like to know exactly how the money will come. There is a spiritual prototype of your body and affairs. It's the divine design which is a perfect idea in your superconscious mind, the Christ within. Most people are far from expressing the divine idea of their bodies and affairs. They have stamped the contrary pictures of disease and failure upon the subconscious, and it has carefully carried out their orders. Those negative thoughts have always defeated the manifestation of their heart's desire. They are the thought forms which men have built up in their subconscious mind, by constantly thinking negative thoughts. They have built up a fixed idea that life is hard and filled with disappointments. The subconscious mind, being your faithful servant, carries out your fixed negative ideas without questioning. Now we must give a new order to the subconscious. Let me now express the divine idea in my mind, body and affairs. If you impress the subconscious by repeating this affirmation over and over, you will be amazed at the changes which soon take place in your life. You will be bombarded by new ideas and new ideals for success. A chemical change will take place in your body. Your environment will change for the better, for you are expanding rapidly into the divine plan where all conditions are perfect. The divine idea of your life often flashes across your consciousness, as something too good to be true. Very few people fulfill their destinies. Destiny means the place you were destined to fill, which no one else can fill. I have been asked, suppose one has several talents, how is he to know which one to choose? Demand to be shown definitely. Say, Infinite Spirit, give me a definite lead, reveal to me my perfect self-expression, show me which talent I am to make use of now. I have known people to suddenly enter a new line of work, and be fully equipped, with little or no training. So make the statement, I am fully equipped for the divine plan of my life, and be fearless in grasping opportunities. Yes, we are fully equipped for the divine plan of our lives. We are more than equal to every situation. If we would believe these words, doors would fly open and channels be cleared. We would be linked with infinite intelligence which knows no defeat. Opportunities would come to us from unexpected quarters. Divine activity would operate in, and through all our affairs, and the divine idea would come to pass. So many people are bored by themselves. They have no self-reliance, and are always wishing they were someone else. Start out by being glad you are yourself. Then you can expand rapidly into the divine plan of your life, where you will fulfill your destiny. The divine plan of your life will give you perfect satisfaction. You will no longer envy anyone. I was inspired by reading in the paper about Omaha, the famous racehorse. The article said, Omaha has to run a mile before he gets into his stride. There are no doubt, plenty of Omahas in the world who can get into their spiritual stride, and win the race in the twinkling of an eye. You must form the habit of practicing the presence of God every minute. In all thy ways acknowledge Him. Nothing is too small or too great. Sometimes, an insignificant incident may be the turning point in your life. People often delay their manifestation through a belief in incompletion. When your desire is taking long to manifest, you should make this statement. In divine mind there is only completion, therefore my demonstration is completed. My perfect supply, my perfect home, my perfect health. I give thanks I have already received on the invisible. A client was in need of a financial demonstration. She came to me and asked why it was not completed. I replied that perhaps she is in the habit of leaving things unfinished, and the subconscious mind has gotten into the habit of not completing. She said, "You are right. I often begin things and never finish them. I'll go home and finish something I started weeks ago, and I know it will be symbolic of my demonstration." Shortly after, the money came in a most curious manner. Her husband was paid his salary twice that month. He told the people of their mistake, and they sent word for him to keep it. When man asks, believing, he must receive, for God creates his own channels. Some people are cheerful givers, but bad receivers. They refuse gifts through pride, or some negative reason, thereby blocking their channels, and invariably find themselves eventually with little or nothing. For example, a woman who had given away a great deal of money, had a gift offered her of several $1,000s. She refused to take it, saying she did not need it. Shortly after, her finances were tied up, and she found herself in debt for that amount. you should receive gracefully the bread returning to you upon the water. Freely ye have given, freely ye shall receive. There is always the perfect balance of giving and receiving, and though you should give without thinking of return, you violate law if you do not accept the returns which come to you. For all gifts are from God, man being merely the channel. If you have been a bad receiver, you must become a good one, and take even a postage stamp if it is given to you, and open up your channels for receiving. The Lord loveth a cheerful receiver, as well as a cheerful giver. Remember, perfect self-expression or the divine design of your life will never be hard labor. As you come into this world financed by God, the supply needed for your perfect self-expression will always be at hand, but only your spoken word and faith will release the necessary funds. Infinite Spirit, open the way for the divine design of my life to manifest. Let the genius within me now be released. Let me see clearly the perfect plan.